When you first start the game, you're immediately hit with the most important question. Which realm do you want to pick? Each realm has its own PvE world. That means none of the other realms can enter it. So the themes for each realm are explained on the screen. You can read it if you like. Basically, Albion is the King Arthur atmosphere. Hibernia is nature with trees, grass everywhere. Midgard is like snowy mountains, Viking stuff. Also, the music in this game is great and unique to each realm town. Albion has like brass instruments, Hibernia has strings, Midgard has war drums. Play the music on if it's your first time playing. Now that you know the settings for each realm, let's look at the stat page real quick before we go to classes. So if you go to the Eden homepage, click quick links, stats. And what I want to show you is, if you look right here, it'll show you all the classes online for each realm. Here it shows you the online average in the last 24 hours. And under it is the last 7 days. It's not loading Albion right now. It shows some other stats, but you can look at these to see what everyone else is playing. Also, you go to quick links again, click war map. It shows you a map of every RVR zone. These are the battlegrounds, and this is the RVR war map. This is the realm v realm. DAOC 3-way PvP. And then right at the top it shows the total population. So it's got 226 Albs right now, 169 Hibernia, and 210 Midgard. And if you look at the war map, each realm has like their own keeps. You can see Albions are red, Hibernia green, Midgard blue. Before we look at the classes, let's decide what kind of playstyle you prefer. Do you prefer the PvP, which is called RVR and DAOC, or do you enjoy the PvE more? We'll break down RVR first. When you are RVRing, you're going to be in one of these compositions. The first is Zerging, which is usually over 24 people in a battle group running around, and they're usually taking keeps, raiding some enemy or relic, or fighting another Zerg. I definitely recommend this playstyle for new players. Next are full groups, which are called FGs or 8-mans, and the reason is because the max group size in DAOC is 8. Sometimes guilds will have like 12 people on, so they'll run an 8-man with the 4 extra as a sidecar. Full groups are mostly going to be guild groups, pickup groups, or a group of common friends that play together a lot. Full groups are usually looking for other full groups to fight in a fair 8v8. However, adding does happen, which is when 2 full groups are fighting and multiple groups or small men will interfere and join the battle, resulting in chaos everywhere. I recommend you try Zerging at least once, then you can try a casual 8v8 group. Then we have small man groups, which are less than 8, more than 2. 2 people duo, 3 people trio. When you're in a small man group, you're going to be skirmishing a lot. Multiple small fights, numbers are usually unfair, and eventually you will make enough noise where lots of players will hunt you down and take you out. But hopefully you got a few kills before that happens. Then we have the solo players. Any class can solo. However, this is mostly going to be stealthers and classes that excel in 1v1 situations. I strongly recommend new players to not try the solo playstyle first. To be a good soloer, you need to know where to hunt, where to find solo players trafficking, you need to dodge Zergs, full groups, small mans, be able to identify when a player is baiting, understand the matchups, and have the ability to play your class at its peak performance. PvE is going to be leveling from 1 to 50. Then once you're 50, you're going to get champion XP for 10 champion levels. I believe most players will easily be able to do this in less than 24 hours of playtime or near that. Endgame PvE consists of raids, farming, and some servers have instances. Raids are usually done with around 100 people. Each realm has a unique dragon and epic dungeon. There are also raid bosses and RVR zones. Money is used for a lot of things in this game. Buying gear, houses, appearance items, so some players like to farm in PvE. You can also make money through RVR, so you're not forced to PvE grind. Grinding usually done solo or in 8-man groups. And lastly, some servers have instances, which are like hard mode dungeons, where you usually make an 8-man group of elite players with an optimal composition. Before we go over the classes, I want to show you the care plan real quick. If we click here, click this, and this drop down will show every class in the game. Pick the class you're thinking about playing. We're gonna use Thane for now. Default level 50, race doesn't matter. Click skills, reset if it's already used. So this is going to show you every skill, ability, things your character can use. For Thane, it shows I can wear up to chain armor, have the ability to parry. You put your mouse over the text on the right, it'll tell you, give you a brief description of what it does. So for weapon styles, let's say I want to go hammer. If I click on 39, it'll train 39 into hammer. And this is the total skill points you had. This is how many I have remaining. This is how many I used to get 39 hammer. And for weapon styles, you just put your mouse over, click it to train it. And on the right, it'll show you everything you need to know about the style. So for Thane, I want to go. So click 42, get slam, and then storm calling, I want to go 50. So I have 24 left, we can just dump this. So for spells, same thing as weapon styles, just put your mouse over it. It'll tell you level, cast time, duration, all the important information. Then you can go to realm abilities, which are the RVR skills. And they have passives, actives, and your realm rank 5. So how the passives work, the first one is augmented acuity. Tells you what it does over here. Tells you what it does each level, the values. So at level 9, it'll increase acuity by 48. And to train it, first level costs 1, second level costs 1, and then the last level takes 7 to go from here to here, and 34 total. So you can look through all these passives. Then you'll have actives, which they all cost the same skill points as well. You got 5, 5, 5, and then the last skill point takes 8, and it's 30 total. Put your mouse over it, tells you what it does. And then the last one is your realm rank 5 ability. So when you get realm rank 5 through RVR, each class has a unique realm rank 5 ability. So just put your mouse over it, see what it does. And then Misk is going to be your champion levels. So when you're champion level 10, you get to train in 10 of these. So you can pick 5 there, 5 there. Same thing as before, put your mouse over it, tell you everything you need to know. Before we dive in, just know, any class can run in a Zerg and do its thing. AoE is great in huge Zerg fights, climbing walls is great for keep takes, but none of this is required. First, we have the Acolytes, which have healing abilities and buff specializations. Notable realm abilities include Divine Intervention and Perfect Res for the Cleric, and Static Tempest for the Friar. These are core classes, and each group usually has one of each. Friars are also great solo. Heavy tanks do good melee damage, resistant to crowd control and debuffs, and are great at defending and peeling for the group. Notable realm abilities include Dashing Defense and Soldier's Barricade. This class usually runs in groups or small men. Light tanks are dual-wielding DPS. They do great damage, and Mercenaries are the only class with a realm ability charge. They are great in group, small men, or solo. Hybrids, we have Paladins and Reavers, and both are great in groups, small men, or solo. Paladins make great tanks due to wearing plate armor, they have chance that heal and increase groups' defense and offense, and they're the only class with Celerity and Anger of the Gods. Reavers are melee DPS with pulsing auras and instant cast spells. They are also the only Albion class with Thornweed Field. Casters are very unique with multiple playstyles. They all deal great damage, have some form of crowd control, and are very vulnerable to melee. I only list unique traits to each class below. Surges have Pulse Blade Turn. Wizards are the only class in Albion with bolts and point blank area of effect spells. And Necromancers are by far the best solo farm class for Albion. Albion have 3 classes with stealth. They have the infiltrators, which are stealth assassins, and scouts, which are archers that can spec into shields. Both of these classes usually go solo. Minstrels also get stealth and are a speed class, which means they provide the group with a pulsing buff that increases movement speed to the highest amount possible in the game. Every speed class has the amazing realm ability called Speed of Sound, aka Sauce. First we have the Naturals, which are Hibernia's support classes. Druids are buffing specialists with Divine Intervention, Perfect Res, and Wardens have Twiff, Celerity, PBT, and Anger of the Gods. The heavy tanks are heroes, which get stag form. The light tank is the Blade Master with triple wield and charge. Hybrids are champions and Veilwalkers. Champions are great at 1v1 because they have lots of single target debuffs. Veilwalkers are hybrids that do great damage in melee and can repeatedly cast direct damage spells. For the casters, we have Enchanters with PBOE and the ability to lower resist. Then we have the Eldritch with Bolts, PBOE, and the ability to lower resist as well. Mentalists with lots of damage and heals over time. And then the Animists, which can have stabilized shrooms that do all kinds of things, and they are the best solo farm class in Hibernia. The two stealthers are Nightshades, which are the assassins, and Rangers, which are the dual-wielding archers. Lastly, we have the Bard, which is the speed class for Hibernia. It's mostly a naturalist with speed and mez. Finally, we have Midgard. First, we have the Seers, which are Midgard's support class. They have great crowd control abilities, and the Shaman can AoE dot and throw a bolt. The heavy tanks are warriors. We have two light tanks. Berserker is the charger with bear form, which makes every hit crit. Savages don't have charge, but they can instantly cast temporary self buffs and can spec hand to hand, which can hit up 4 times with one swing at a low chance. This class can dish out incredible damage spikes. Your hybrid class is the Thane. They have a ton of damage spells that are instant and casted. They are amazing in 1v1, small man groups, and Zerg surfing. Casters, you have the Rune Master, which has PPT, can lower resist and throw 2 bolts. Spirit Master can PPAOE and lower resist, and the Bone Dancer, which can have multiple pets follow him around and do all kinds of things. They also are the Twiff casters. 2 Stealthers are Shadow Blades, which are the assassins, and Hunters, which are the archers with instant pets. Finally, we have the Skald, which is a speed class for Midgard. It's a melee hybrid with lots of instant spells of various effects, chants which are pulsing buffs, and access to Sauce and Anger of the Gods. So, we're back where we started. Hopefully by now, you have a better understanding and can make the decision of which realm you want to call home. The best advice I can give you, as someone who's played this game on and off since release, is don't pick a realm based on what people think is the strongest, weakest, underpopulated, or overpopulated. Pick the one you think is the coolest, has the best atmosphere, and the classes you think you'll enjoy playing the most. This server does have realm loyalty, so it rewards you for consistently playing on one realm, which I also believe is the best way to play it, having realm pride and making your realm superior to the rest. But don't fear, if you don't like the realm you first decide on, you can easily change to a different realm and start again. Once you picked your realm, pick a race you like the most. The starting stats only play a minor part in your character's performance. This game has a great community for the most part. If you are generally a nice person, people will group with you regardless of your race and class. Join the Discord, find a friendly casual guild that fits your playing time, and make lots of friends when you are playing so you can group with them again. If you do this, you will see how this game is truly a masterpiece and understand why we have been playing it for so many years after release. No MMORPG has anything close to Dark Age of Camelot RVR. I look forward to seeing you all on the battlefield, and I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope your journey is as fun as mine.